Leanne. I am going to go ahead and give you some tips for this. I might go through yours pretty quickly because I just recorded. This is the second time I'm doing your recording. So I've already thought about it and now I'll just be relaying the information to you. I did pull up your first draft and I think you've done a really good job of having these definitely be spin-off. A few things that I would suggest is I would continue to play around with this shadow. If this were realistically a shadow, it would probably start at the edge of the tablet here and then go off this direction. It would flare out maybe a little bit more to mirror the shape of your light bulb. Okay, so keep on playing around with that. This is a pretty accurate reflection of this object, so you want to try to have yours be an accurate reflection of this object as well. I would continue to refine your tagline here. I feel like this other tagline, creativity has no boundaries, is pretty succinct and yet powerful. So I would probably try to keep on thinking about this a little bit. Maybe you could have bringing creative ideas to life, or from creation to execution, or that's not as catchy, but play around a little bit, try to keep it to a few maybe a few less words. I think will help it feel even more catchy. Okay, I'm not sure how much I love these shapes, to be honest. I feel like they maybe detract a little bit from your design that's in here. If you felt like the design was kind of sparse, you could play around with making this pen and the light bulb itself a little bit larger, and see if you like that. Then one thing that you could do is you could change the background color. I think that would help it feel like it's a similar ad, but it's not the exact same, and it would feel a little bit more fresh. Maybe you could pull in like this bright yellow color for the background, and that would feel like a glowing light bulb. And it would still have this cool gradient and everything, but it would not feel as matchy-matchy as the original. So a spin-off, but still having its own kind of vibe. Okay, so consider doing that. And then the other thing I wanted to mention is I did not see that you had uploaded your slide design. I did leave you some feedback for that on your actual grade for the assignment that you turn in on Saturday. So just remember for that, you want to design it like you're designing a magazine spread. You want to watch out for widows. You want to try to avoid center alignments. I would recommend switching out that typography that's a default for another typography that's a little more creative still. Think about contrast. Think about your overall color scheme. I would pull your color scheme from this existing ad, which would be fun. Maybe this kind of cool saturated color, a color like this. If you could try to use this font in your actual slide design. That would be really, really neat. Okay, so I can't remember exactly what your slide design was, but I just wanted to mention one or two things like that. That's pretty heavily weighted in terms of following the design principles along with this ad, so make sure they're both strong from a design perspective. Okay, so you're off to a good start, Leanne, and I look forward to seeing your final products.